that player with the nade launcher.
Almost
just blocks
explosion
it.
there, yeah. He's right next to the cube, which means shield is actually getting added to him. But his opponent, Turkey Lips up top, knows if you shoot the cube, it lashes back out at whoever is closest.
Yes.
Turkey Lips knows his opponent is sitting right on top of it, so if he shoots it, even though he's the one dealing damage, the cube is going to lash out the player basically sitting on top of him.
Again, when they're near it, they're gaining some shield. First time we've really seen the cube come into play so far today.
I actually didn't even realize it was this far over. It's in Shifty Shafts now.
Yep. Like, players will begin to have to move towards this middle island. Just outside the fatal fields. This is a Hysteria on the opposite side of the map. Quickly double barrel.
First elimination. He gets it on EMAD, his first elimination this game. WBG's Punisher dropping the clingers down there. As soon as those start to detonate, like you said earlier, they drop down now once the structure that they were attached to disappears. Previously, they used to instantly explode. You'd see players throw the clingers at like a wall that they see someone hiding behind, shoot the wall out, and then it would instantly detonate. Not anymore. They drop down like gravity's pulling them down. He's looking for shots. A box inside, though, he's going to have to smash his way out. Nobody owns these walls, so he's got to take an opportunity to melee those down. Gets caught underneath his own service. Looks like he tried to build a floor and jump up. He almost went for the edit. Didn't get off the time. Goes to the on that outside wall. Starting to drop down underneath. Probably heard the rockets coming and reacted, thinking they're headed towards him no matter what. So it's time to build away. Trying to edit his way out. Change the angle against his opponent. Always kind of mix it up. You never want to repeat it. This is a good example of that. Goes for the shot in. A little clip in the shotgun. The LMG of 52 in there. And gets the elimination on Coup Train. The crowd going wild here. 40 HP. Player 3 is into the match. 9 HP remaining. And Mars Cities gets the elim and stops Aiden from hitting 5 elims. That would have been 2 points, but only 1 this game.
Finally gets shut down. What a build performance right there. Boltnaga throws a stick bomb in. And that one is smelling, and Tyler's just dies to it right away.
That, by the way, is our second elimination over the course of the entire weekend. Week 8 of Summer Skirmish. Second elimination to stick bombs. I saw a stat online earlier that said that one happened, I believe, in day 2 qualifiers. X's replays kind of bouncing back and forth next to each other. Spots, Bizzle rotating into the safe zone. Just kind of moving around, trying to track down anybody in these areas, looking through these builds. If there's anybody left alive here, if there's anybody watching, replays wants to know where they are, and this looks like he is pretty alone here. But this wide angle shot, this is where the field starts to tighten up. You've got nobody right now that's currently alive with more than 2 eliminations. Diggy, Nate Hill, Punisher, and Wheels 960 all have 2 eliminations.
He doesn't have a lot to work with. I mean, look at his inventory. He does thermal, assault rifle, a gray SMG, and 5 bullets in a shotgun. He's going to get to a point where he kind of has to force something here soon. Here's our scoreboard of the players alive right now. No one remaining in the game has 3 elims yet.
Yeah. Shots from the side. He does have quite a few builds, at least for a little engagement right now. He could use the launch pad to fly away if there's any concern. And the shots coming in. He's going to have to try and build and defend against that. Or for that edit to get out. Missing those edits, those fast edits like that, it can cost you if players are right on top of you. Imagine missing an edit like that and having to go for it a second time. Somebody's going to fall in and get an elim on you if you're not watching. Diggy.
Diggy got a second.
Ranger outside the storm. No HP, no bandages, no med kit for Diggy, so he's going to take a little bit of damage. But coming away with an elimination of that, probably a good idea. It's a worthwhile trade.
Look at the high ground from Snood and Fulmer outside Fatal. Saw him, the player launch pad, so he's just going to follow suit. He's got to be worried about the player up top. Uh-oh, down to just 48 HP. Should be safe for the moment. All he's got left is Brick. He's half in the low grab zone, half not.
It's literally in a box right next to him. He might not have realized he was getting shot from the player up top in the tower on top of the hill. He might not realize that Nibs is also hiding inside. I'm sure he saw the structure, and it's clearly one that has capacity to hold a player. There's no edits for anybody to come out of it, so I would almost assume he knows there's somebody's right there. Plus, the footstep movement from Nibs right now. He's in a tight spot here, though. Low HP, not a ton of shield. He does have a gold double barrel. You see him with it out right there, and Nibs is the player up above him. Start a rotation.
Wow,
just gotta watch for each other.
Farico blocks Lassius as he looks to build on up. Look at the inventory. Drum gun.
Oh my.
gold double, or the legendary double barrel, 3 remote explosives, Chug Jug 9 minis. But, you know, it's all great to have. You got to live through the fight to be able to heal with it.
It's like he went for a double barrel shot and whiffed it just over the top. The bloom on those things, the spread pattern, how wide it is on the double barrel. Plus, we talked about the damage drop off of those things. You have to be in bludgeoning distance for it to be a max effectiveness. And his opponent was so far away, it might not have even been worth it to go for it.
Jeez, listen to the build speed from Haste Rico. Steele, he's been shot by 3 or 4 players that aren't involved in this direct close fight.
I guarantee you he wishes he had the time to get that Chug Jug off, but all he has is time for minis. His opponent underneath trying to pickaxe his way up through, gets the build, still owned that staircase. Lassius pays the price, gets caught off guard as the edit drop down. Quick double barrel shot. That thing in the same box, man. Thing's lethal.
That's a huge moment, because that gives him the ability now to Chug Jug, assuming he's going to pick up that heavy sniper rifle. No real updates from Sam yet, as he just is trying to stay hidden with how little health he has. Prodigy Ace is yet to get an elim this game. He's top 43.
See Animal, I believe, in the webcam there on the right side, watching from the side. Looks like he must have been eliminated earlier. I love how the players, they want to see everything that happens, so they'll watch every POV they can.
I mean, they're all so passionate about this game for a lot of these players involved. And I mean, you and I, this game's changed our lives. So you get involved here and you want to soak in it all. Just enjoy the event. And look at our last real place of interest involved in the map is Fatal Fields. Nate Hill, 3rd elim here would give him another point, and
almost went for it. By the way, you mentioned the 3rd elim for point. Punisher right now, the only one still left alive. Hit this shot.
Look at his reaction. No way, he says, as that player who is just in his sights soars on out. Nate, is this going to happen twice in a row?
I don't know, he's going to go for it.
Whiffs the shot there, tags some shields. He's only got 57 HP. Can't get the elim as well. The tree was weak. No follow-up. He's going to chase it. I think he's going to go for it. He's risking the game on this.
He's hungry for that 3rd elimination. Securing the point would be pretty big. This would be point number 5 for him on the day.
He gets control of the wall.
His opponent building up the edit, coming out the top. He's trying to get a top down on Nate.
Can't hit the shot.
Could not track Hysteria on the way down. 85 HP. Could have been a one shot from that heavy shotgun, but not enough. Missing the shot cost him that one. And the option there, Courage, you think going for it to try and get that 3rd elim for a point was a good call? He wasn't sitting too high on HP. Maybe playing a little more secure and wait for your time to strike on somebody that isn't paying attention was a better call.
I don't mind it right there. You know, it's one of those things where everyone assumes the player's going to be so passive. He was hoping to maybe catch Hysteria off guard. It's also, he had no safe place to really go to. Everyone else was already set up and secured in the new zone. Marcity's just got blown up by remote explosives. That was Rico.
Horrify is actually sitting underneath. Yeah, he's not even laying down. Horrify is right underneath Turkey Lips.
And he's just chilling for the moment. Here's Posh, his first elim in the game. He'll get a slurp juice off that, which will put him at maxed health. It's the perfect item to get. Punisher, replays, and Cease also nearby.
60 seconds left before the first time the circle's going to move. 30 players left on the field, so we've had far more players eliminated early this game compared to even the first and the second, which means this won't be as tight, as chaotic of a circle move, but it's still going to be crazy. 30 people left. There are 29 now. In this size of a zone is rough. Hysteria, and then your feed there, getting another elim there. That puts him at 3, which is a point. That's his 2nd on the day. Farigo has 4 eliminations, leading the players that are still alive in this game, which is 1 point for him. Punisher with 3 as well. Nobody else alive besides those 3 has 3 eliminations or more.
Strugs keeping the high ground. Punisher inching closer and closer to safety in this next zone. You see on the minimap, basically 1 block away. That'll probably put him as safe. He wants to claim all these walls so there can be no quick edit ins from his opponent. And he's still got 600 plus medals, so he's more than happy to do this. Is this ending in the low gravity zone? I think this is ending in the low gravity zone.
I believe it's about to push that way.
This is going to change how this entire final circle plays.
Players are going to have to be careful when they jump in this thing. You float much higher than typically you'd be used to, which means people that are going for shots on you while you're in the air, it's going to happen a lot. You might even see people, oh my gosh, the number of people that are jumping.
Oh my goodness.
What is happening?
Wait, what is happening?
Flying away in the air.
One of them's a shot. Wait, what is happening?
It looks like while they're in the zone, they're getting pushed up in the air. I've seen this a little bit online.
Wait, what is happening? The rune now flies you around? Even they don't know what to do. Look at this. What is going on? It's just floating them up and down.
Digging the feet didn't stick the landing, a 22-meter drop. You see them, they're going for literally anything. Players might try and catch themselves with builds.
Okay, no matter what, this is hysterical.
This hysteria going down on the feed. People are just taking SMG and rifle shots while flying through the air right now. Wait, so
is this how this low gravity field now works?
I've seen this a couple times, like videos on Twitter and stuff.
Do you activate this?
I don't know if this is...
What is happening? He's trying to box himself in. There you go. Okay.
Catches himself. You see him put his hands up.
What is this zone right now? Well, when I said it's going to change how this whole game is played,
you were more right than you realized.
I really was not expecting. He is now floating in this.
He has himself boxed in, basically to catch himself. He could open up basically a line
low gravity to no gravity. Poach is like, I'm going to sit outside this. Oh my goodness.
13 players. The storm's going to start to move, maybe saving players from kind of a confusing way to engage there. There's no way you practice for something like that. 13 people left, which means if 3 more go down, Poach picks up a point. If he gets 1 more elimination, Poach picks up a point. Might get one right here. The quick edit, takes a shot through, but couldn't secure that one. Doesn't get a shield tag. 1 player more needs to go down, and then everybody, there it is. Rio secures the elimination of Farico, who we were watching earlier, fly through the air.
We're in the top 10. Everyone remaining now has earned a point. This is where Poach is in his most comfortable zone. He's got a launch pad to use as well. Still enough materials to make some things happen.
I think I saw on the feed a 53-meter fall damage elimination. Somebody was taken out by that, which might have meant as they were rotating in, they didn't get ahead of the anti-grav. Poach taking shots out, trying to do anything he can just to try and get a tap here. Holding the edit. Looking outside, Tendons rotating in right now. Sofa rotating in right now. Everybody's kind of on the move. Sofa might catch the opponent off guard. There's shots from the back. Poach tracks down his 3rd elimination, puts him in the top 5. 2 more going down will get him yet another point here. A shot through times. You saw him there. He's waiting, just holding ADS, waiting for the wall to go down. He's trying to sneak through this edit. Got to get through fast enough and does not make it down.
The storm
gets eliminated by the
once
storm.
more.
4 players left.
That was his 3rd. That'll give him a point. Remember, top 3 earn another point. Whoever drops next will be a heartbreaking way to go out. So we've got eyes on Tendons right now at the bottom of this hill. They'll have to move a little bit up. Sean was taking some other snipe. 9 meters. 9 meters from Bowman to eliminate Sofa. 3 players left. He's got no materials, but he's got a med kit.
Mid-air 49 to 77 and misses the Tendons with the trap play. Are you kidding me?
Tendons with the trap a limb. Like he's going for Twitter clips. Look at this. Tendons spams the walls. Oh.
That was his 5th elimination as well.
That ending of that game,
a 5-point game,
was one of the wackiest things ever. Between the whatever the hell the zone was.
Welcome to Fortnite.
With the people floating around.
What do you
I have
say?
Note cards. That's my notes after that one. That's where I stand.
What a game 4. We thought yesterday was insanity.
The weather's nice out.
Yeah,
it's
gorgeous.
Nice, really nice out today.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with my hands yet again. But
wow.
That was incredible. A trap play to finish.
Just throw up the replay. Just do it. We're all taking this in. This crowd, everyone just going nuts on the trap, going nuts on how it all ended. Here's hysteria. Had that double barrel and just showed off its strength, close range. He's performed quite well today. I would say of all the days up to this point, this is definitely the best he's played. And, he's been in the competitive gaming scene and at major tournaments for other esports for the last, decade plus. This man is no stranger to being in intense scenarios. There's the 3rd elim that gave him a point. You got to be happy if you're hysteria, to say the least. Moving forward, anyone's game still. That's the beauty of it. We've seen from these 6-point performances, which have happened twice already today, as we pull up Farico's replays here, literally anyone can rise up these scoreboards in these final couple games.
It's funny you say rise up these scoreboards. We watch Farico floating in the air. He actually got multiple. It takes Horrify out as well as how he got to 6.
Oh my gosh.
Dropping rockets, he sees players boxing themselves up, but at that point, if anybody has secured themselves kind of a chamber to sit inside, they can just take shots at him as he's flying. But what, Jack, what happened?
I need to like hear from... Did that like just get updated to the game? I know it always happens. Our winner at the end.
Early in season 1 and 2, where they were going for these YouTube clip kind of plays where they put the walls down and trap them in. He does it in the middle, literally in the middle of the final week of summer skirmish.
So that actually put him at a 5-point game by himself right there. Not the full 6, but still, if you're tendons right now, you just put yourself in a great spot to win a lot of prize money today.
Oh yeah. He's got to be feeling, like you said, $25,000 just for that win alone.
Yep.
And probably a solid high five for a trap elimination to win the game, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't win any extra money for that. But I believe we have Zeke. Oh, this is beautiful.
And Nick Merckx. Well, I mean, gentlemen. I mean, hey, I've got him. So, guys, let's talk. Tilted Towers, what's going on? We'll start with you, Nick.
We got some spicy fights going on right now. The first one, I didn't put up too much of a fight. He had a great right-hand peek on me. The second one, I swear I thought I hit him for 500 health. El Taños over here, the limited time game thing. He had so much health. I kept cracking him and cracking him and cracking him. And then that last one, those poison nades you threw on top of me, just, man, again and again and again. But it's been good. This is the first time I feel like I've just been really pressured and tilted. It's going his way right now. But yo, I still got more, and I'm gonna give him my best. You know?
What about you?
Dude, they've been close fights. First one, was a tricky window shot. Second one, he got me at like under 10 health, something like that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a PC player. This guy's nuts. He shoot me through the windows, everything. I was like, dude, I'm definitely dead. And I kept getting chests. I got like slurps and everything to keep me alive. So then the third one, it was tricky. And we were in Nick's towers, and I had a couple gas grenades, to make him move around. So we're having good fights, man. We got 2 more games. I'm sure we'll meet each other again.
Today, but hey, I'm gonna try to take him back. All right, I'm trying to take him back. Yo, I hit you for 500, man. I'm telling you, I counted it. I'm no mathematician, but I got him for 500. He just kept staying alive, man.
So I mean, is it fair to say you guys are gonna keep landing tilted? I mean, yeah.
We already know, man. Yeah.
All right, so who do you? We got 2 more games. So I mean, is it gonna be you two? Is it gonna be you two? Is it gonna be 1-1? What do you guys think?
Dude, truly, man, these fights are long. There's a lot of ins and outs. I guess it's just who plays better, who's quicker to the punch. He loves it. He's really aggressive, But if he falls into my trap, it sure work,
What about you?
I think he's gonna get me a game. I like to just get the mats quick and just rush him before he can get what he likes, and yeah, I'm gonna just keep putting the pressure on him.
I mean, and the final question I want to ask you guys are playing on controller, and you guys are showing up everyone. Do you guys have any tips, any words you'd like to say?
No, man, I'm super happy to be here. I feel that it's a very unique and cool thing that him and I get to compete against PC guys and stuff and kind of put on for an entire community that I know I care a lot about. I'm sure you do as well. And we're both doing very well today, especially you. Just keep on carrying the torch, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, it's an honor to be here as well. We're doubted as console players, so to come in here and compete and play so high, it's awesome. And to meet Nick, it's awesome, man, having some good controller players in here.
Fantastic, gentlemen. Best of luck to you guys going forward. Courage, Lupo, back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, live in the venue, could we make some noise for those 2 great competitors here?
People have been going nuts every single time they run into each other. They even threw together a quick round 3 fight graphic for the screen, which was awesome to see that. And honestly, like Nick said, we've got 2 games left. I have a feeling he's going to turn it back into Nick Towers at some point, my friend. Right. The fam will be very proud when it happens.
Oh, they roll deep out there online. What a day it has been so far. I know everyone's talking about the ending of that last game. What a funny moment. But either way, I think we should have the standings updates for you guys here very, very soon. So actually, first, this is like a little TV, little technique right here. Standings right after this. Quick break. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the continued coverage of the grand final of Fortnite Summer Skirmish. My name is Jack Courage Dilnop, and I'm joined by none other than the wonderful Dr. Lupo. We have played 4 of our 6 games, and so far, things have been crazy.
We've seen some insanity, Jack, and we got 2 games left. It's not even close to done yet.
Yes.
$1.5 million on the line. Players starting to establish pretty significant leads in terms of points, even eliminations. We've seen aggressive gameplay. We've seen people playing very secure. We've seen, honestly, some of the fastest edits and replacements of materials to just make windows and take shots at people that I've ever seen.
Yep.
The number of players that we've seen people flying now, which is insanity. And I mean, this is Fortnite. This is one of the things that drives excitement for a lot of players is just how aggressive people can play a game that is so open to so many players. I feel like everybody plays it.
No,
everybody plays it.
For sure. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone plays it now. It's a quick update for you all at home. I know that last game was absolutely crazy from top to bottom. We have some a little message to share. So, all Fortnite competitions are played on a live server environment. Players' last game were in an anti-gravity zone. The anti-gravity zones have been disabled for the rest of the competition today. So in games 5 and 6, we won't be flying around nearly as much.
It was exciting to watch. Don't get me wrong. And we both kind of didn't know what you threw a card in the air. And
no one got hit by it.
Exactly. No one. Not even remotely. You can't prove it. It's not anywhere on the internet. But for the following 2 games, the last 2, Game 5, Game 6, that stuff, like you said, it's off.
On the ground.
Jack, you'd said before, stick around till after the break for the standings. Well, guess what? We've got them.
Boom.
Let's take a look.
Let's see where we stack up after 4 games. 4 Goffs in that beautiful top spot. 12 limbs, 8 points, feeling darn good. Tendon's last game, though, with the limbs, which was nuts. And then you see Liquid Poach actually moving to that 4th spot.
No, Morgas, like you said, the leader there with 8 points, but there's a number of players very close on his tail. We have a ton of people here with 3 or more, even 2. Boyer down there in the 16th slot. A lot of high elimination count. We already have multiple players, 4 players with double-digit eliminations, but that's not all. Here's your 17th through 32nd. Tons of players. We've seen Kayum putting on a good show, taking out a lot of big-name players, people you've seen all over the place in Summer Skirmish. Prior 7 weeks, even the last 3 days, and he's
that leap in prize money. That's going to be kind of our thing we look at. Another thing to keep in mind, a victory royale is $25,000. I saw Cypher actually tweet out and say that was a $25,000 trap elimination, and that's exactly what it was.
It's absolutely wild. Now we're just getting word in. There's actually an additional change on top of what Courage mentioned earlier. The anti-gravity zones being disabled. Are you strapped in?
Ladies and gentlemen, do we want another announcement? I think we could give another announcement to the folks at home. We are adding a 7th game to today now, so everything stands and we get even more Fortnite action. The day keeps on going, and the 7th game will also have the additional $25,000 prize for Victory Royale.
The insanity
this day just keeps getting better and better, folks.
Yet, Jack.
I'm loving this right now. I might miss my flight later. I don't even care. Let's keep having a good time.
3 games left now. We're going to roll into Game 5 before too long here. But 3 games. That's, like you said, an additional $25,000.
Yep.
I think anybody that might have been confused, thrown off by the players flying through the air, they're going to get it.
Like we were?
No, well, I mean, you saw it on our faces. That was crazy. They get another shot. Game 7 is going to come up at the end of today. What a way to go out today, too, man.
I'm loving this, man. The storylines keep building. The interview with Aiden and Nick Merckx was hysterical. A lot of respect from them.
It's a rivalry you love to see. Everybody here loves to see it, too, right?
Sure.
We make some noise for these gentlemen.
They've been getting into it as well. It's been awesome to watch. Definitely becoming fan favorites, players making a name for themselves. This is absolutely the biggest spectacle at PAX West this weekend. A fully at-capacity Fortnite booth with the grand finals of the Summer Skirmish. Obviously, this is like just the beginning for Fortnite competition and what's to come. I can't wait for more announcements. Obviously, Season 6 right on the horizon. Everyone wondering what's happening with the Cube. You've got the new limited time mode coming out next week. High stakes, all the new skins. It's a it's a darn good time to be a fan of Fortnite. I can tell you that much.
Jack, from one friend to another, if you don't put up a good grappler montage clip, literally the day that you get home and play, first game, I'm going to remove you from my friends list. I'm sorry.
Well, all right. No,
I won't really. I would never do that. Are you kidding me?
I'll yell at the end of it, and it'll be uploaded to all social media. So
of course, absolutely.
That's the only way you play
It's
Fortnite
what you do.
Yeah, that's literally my job. We are getting into Game 5 here very, very soon. Appreciate your patience as we got all things sorted. As you can imagine, after last game, some people wanted to have some chats about
exactly
what occurred, but there's all our players now. They've been told there's a 7th game. There's another $25,000 up for grabs, the Victory Royale. Everyone loading on in, and Nick Merckx getting the headset ready as the crowd gets behind him. Top boy there on your screen.
Nate Hill right next to him. All these players, it's so many people to keep your eyes on. There are a number of players too that we've discussed multiple times that were stars for the qualifiers before this. We have not seen put up a big show per game yet. We've got 4 games down, 3 remaining though, which means it's still anybody's game.
Yeah,
we can see multiple 6-point games still, as we've already seen in the first 4 matches. We've seen some crazy plays, some really good shots from players, some predicting the way that other players are going to play, the movements they're going to make. I love seeing that kind of stuff come out.
Yep. And I believe we're going to get a quick reset on the lobby as one player wasn't connected. So we'll go ahead and get that all sorted before we hop into Game 5. A lot of people talking after that last game about everything that obviously went on. Hashtag Summer Skirmish online. Just crazy to see just how many people are watching this. I mean, you mentioned to me some figures of people who were tuned into streams.
Over 700,000, I think, on Twitch alone, and that's not the only place it's being broadcast. It's incredible.
It's a lot
of people.
Incredible. That is a lot of people.
A few, yeah.
For everyone during the break, one funny moment that happened was, if you missed it, I threw my card and actually hit wonderful lady.
Did not actually.
in the back of the head here. She's not suing me. I did give her a bunch of exclusive PAX codes for the spray in game, but funny moments like that. I think it was between the anti-gravity and that, we had a lot to talk about during that break, so it went by pretty quick.
It did indeed. And you have to remember, if you're here at PAX West, if you're in Seattle even, Jack might have mentioned earlier, it feels like the place is packed to the brim, but please, make your way on down here. We have 3 games left, and you don't want to miss a second of what's happened so far today. Fortnite they're setting the standard for events like this, and Summer Skirmish, I feel like, is only going to be the beginning of what's to come. I'm sure Epic has all sorts of shenanigans up their sleeve. The competitive scene is only getting started.
100%. We've
got all sorts of, like you said, we've got a new mode coming down the pipe here. This is only the beginning too. We've seen a trend from them, even at events like this, like PAX and everything before this. We saw the Pro-Am at E3 was outside in a stadium.
Yep.
This is only the beginning. There's so much more to come.
No, for sure, and it gets me excited just to think about the future. Either way, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but to look back at our games so far, we mentioned how every break of these games, we can basically just wind up seeing exactly these same players fighting because they're all landing at the same areas for the most part. We were looking at Aiden and Nick fighting in Tilted, Cryomi as well as Saf fighting at the top of Viking Village, Hysteria getting into engagements down in Greasy. Now going into what's going to be the 5th game that these guys have played against each other, it's getting to a point where you can almost land and know, okay, this guy's going to push me from this area in the next 15, 20 seconds. This guy's going to be in this building. I'm wondering if we see any strategies change now to kind of make it so they can potentially get the drop on their opponent that lands near them in their drop zone.
Well, some of them, like you said, Aiden and Nick Merckx, we'll use as an example. It's been a highlight moment every single game thus far. And Aiden, the 3 of the 4 games so far, there you see him on the screen right there, both very, very kind to each other in that little interview. But I'm sure Aiden is thinking, right now I own Tilted Towers.
Yeah.
Nick, I dare you to come back here. And that kind of confidence, that's going to help him. Whether it's accuracy or positioning, he's got it all so far. The window peaks, everything he's doing. He even at one point he said, "This has got to be a PC player that I'm playing against." And lo and behold, no, it's Nick Merckx, another one of the best controller players we've ever seen. And whether he's losing to Aiden in these engagements or not, the fact that they're fighting for that long, they're disengaging and re-engaging those choices. I think that establishes that win or lose in that 1v1. He's putting on a good show.
Yep.
He's very aware of what's going on. I mean, there's going to be an outplay from him soon, I guarantee you.
I think that kind of sums up Tilted perfectly, right? Like, there's so much already established building there that they're just navigating in and out of these corridors, using sound to their advantage, making sure they can kind of catch their opponents off guard, hide behind a wall, third-person perspective. Either way, it shows just how much these guys land there. They've been the big talk of the town so far. Nick Merckx giving fist bumps to everyone around him. Definitely someone who likes to promote so much positivity in the community, which is great to see. The other big names here so far today, right now in that 4th spot we saw in the standings, was actually Liquid Poach. He's the highest in the standings right now who don't have a victory royale. Who doesn't have a victory royale? So the 3 above him all have actually won a game. Landjock, who is our other player who's won, is lower on the standings. But Poach showing just how quality of a player he is, Lupo, to be that high up without having a victory yet.
Now, I'm looking forward to see players that dropped like 10-plus eliminations in a single game. Animal Tylers, I want to see them show up and play that aggressive gameplay that they've played in the past. There's a chance that maybe right now we've been through 4 games, and maybe before this they were playing a little timid in comparison to what they had done during the qualifiers. It could be the pressure. All these people watching and the number of players that are around them that are extremely competitive. Speaking of competitive players around them, the drop is coming soon, Courage. Are you ready for Game 5?
We go. Quick little break, a little reset. We've added another game. We've seen all sorts of stuff. Game 5 is here. The bus has taken off. Remember, each victory royale, $25,000 in the bank in prize money. Let's get into the action.
Southwest to the far east, going to fly past Lonely Lodge there. You'll see a couple of the Liquid players, pretty well known for going Wailing Woods. They'll wait till a late drop. You've got in your bottom right there Nate Hill from FaZe flying in. He's looking towards Fatal Fields. But pretty much everybody, like we've seen, consistent spread. Not a whole lot of engagements. Not a whole lot of, there's no more than like 5 or 6 players in a single location. Even less than that, typically. Retail has a handful there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like at Tilted. 2 players laying on the south side there. This is back over the Fatal Field C. Running around. Nate's going to try and get this. This is an outside of Fatal drop. Full shield, a good pickup early. He's got an AR, some bandages. Nothing, I was literally about to say, nothing up close. Picks up an SMG. A decent kit early. You'd want to look for a shotgun. But I'd like to point out, Jack, that the anti-grav shield, the bubble is there visually, but just so everybody's aware, the effect itself has been disabled, like we said. So don't worry about the fact that you can see the bubble. Again, it's not engaged right now.
Now I just want to go home and fly around the map.
I do. turn that into a thing.
Either way, here's Ranger, who's got a tactical shotgun and a rocket launcher. Interesting loadout off the break. I think he realizes that as well. When you have the rockets, it's so key to get that high ground established right away. Rockets so much more lethal when you can obviously shoot down onto your opponent with them. This is Saint, who continually lands near this Greasy Grove area. From my experience in previous summer skirmishes, no, he's been clingered. Remember, clingers do flat 100 damage, so thankfully the shields will save him. But he's got to try to disengage, and he only has 2 builds. This looks like it's going to be a disaster for him.
Looks like he got potentially a little distracted by looking for Nice down underneath, and Bowman took it. Yeah, it was Bowman from the backside coming up from the south, chucked that clinger. Well, Bowman now focuses on Nice inside the building.
And another!
Player 4 is into the match. Bowman very low here. He's tossing the remote explosives. Maybe take an opportunity to pop that med kit. You're not going to have another time to do it. Gets the mini, a faster use, so the mini is going to take priority. He wants to get any buffer he can. Tyler's in the feed, by the way, getting an elimination in there, but Bowman gets that mini use off. Crashy, the player pushing up here.
Oh, Nice with the little on the Bowman. Crashy's got to follow this up quick because, look at the health he has right now. 200 HP. That was his last build. He's got a great swap combination between that heavy shotgun and the drum gun, which still has a full clip, and there's all sorts of loot down low.
Saint dropped the rocket inside through the building, explodes.
Oh.
Nice. So now this is from the outside, so Crashy may not realize if that was Saint from up top of the hill. The player inside, he knows is gone now, but he's got to try and figure out where it came from. Saint sliding down for a little bit of fall damage there. This is Aiden back into the tower. Look at his first elimination. Catches Kairos off guard, both dropping on top of the big red apartment building. Comes away with a purple AR too, which is really good, but it doesn't even matter. Look, he already has a gold AR. He's going to push inside with his chest, and the hope for shield, and I think he just pulled one right there before it got away.
Interesting. This is probably the first game where Nick has actually reached max shield before Aiden. I think Aiden will catch up, though, here soon.
Ecstatic, the typical third party in Tilted. Here's your leaderboard for right now. Aiden with an elimination there. If we get sorted by elimination count. Morgoth, though, you see the score. This is your leaderboard sorted by score on the far right side. Morgoth was at 8, Blind in second place is 6, Nate Hill, Aiden, Bizzle, and Saf rounding out that top 6.
Already 500 material. Such a good match.
3 remote explosives. He's got a swap weapon and upgrades his shotgun.
And just for everyone at home, when we say swap weapon, we're talking about the submachine gun. So you can take the pump shotgun shot, and then because there's that delay before you can fire the second shot, instead you swap to a spray weapon, whether it's an SMG, a drum gun. Some people even just use an assault rifle.
That's all you have. You know, you got to take the opportunity. The reason being, during that like cooldown period after you take a shot, you see it.
It's a 96 tag right there.
The FPS knowing exactly how to utilize that. Timing basically the right amount of AR spray and then swap back to the shotgun to try and go for another shot. Shotguns hit so hard up close. In these up close fights, every single point of damage matters. If he's accurate, he's in the right amount, he's in the right range away before damage drop off takes over. The timing on that can be key. It could be the difference between a one shot and maybe your opponent spraying it down while you're trying to get the shotgun shot off.
The FPS is, instead of building himself, he's just going to reset to the high ground. And he's dodging these clingers, so it looks like he's kind of read his opponent perfectly. It's Alpha Amons just inside the build and brick. And look, he's shaking his head. You can see in that camera, frustrated with the position he's in right now. Not a lot of health, very exposed, and the FPS is maxed on HP. And he's going to match the build right now. I think the end might be near for Alpha here soon.
Pushing up against the top down on, trying to get the jump shotgun shot. FPS kind of layering away. He's got multiple layers there, basically right at the perfect spot to lay a floor back up a step, lay another floor. So there's multiple wood platforms being Alpha Amons deciding to go for it. He's trying to get the top down. He's got to hit big shots here. It's 100 HP, 100 shield on his opponent below him.
It's almost to a point where like Alpha has to hit like a snipe headshot or something. A ridiculous scenario he finds himself in. The FPS just rotating all around, bouncing, looking for that perfect. It's also a thing where if you're the FPS, if you're wondering why he's kind of playing this slow, yes, he doesn't have the high ground, but he almost doesn't want to take any damage either. Right? He knows he's got a heavy advantage, but he's looking to just get that perfect opportunity. Now might be his chance. It might just be time to spray this player down, shoot that top left structure, and it might all fall.
He's got it looks like there's 2 connected points. If he goes for it, which is exactly what he's going to do, he's got that the arch, the half arch is all that's holding it up, and here it comes. Alpha's got to drop down and save himself with a build. Lands on top of the building, just barely got down fast enough to not take any fall damage, but he's still basically one shot at this point. One pump shot is going to be all it takes. Bush catches him in the corner, and there it is. First elimination for the FPS. An excellent set of plays there. Choosing just the right time to push.
Here's another side of the map. Grip mate. Not much useful weaponry in his inventory. What?
An 82.
I take back everything I've ever said.
Catches Landjock, our first winner off guard there. Takata, right here in shifty shafts, jump around trying to get the top down on his opponent, drops in, and a big hit, 2 HP left. The crashing, he does have a med kit and minis, so he's still, give him 20 seconds, he's back to 150.
No, Fade went to drop the porta-fort, and it actually spawned above him, so he wasn't safe. It's so key when using those porta-forts, especially on uneven ground, that you jump as you activate it, so you land above the layer of the porta-fort. Here's Aiden at only at 100 HP. Seems like he's been tagged up quite a little bit. Who's nearby? Nibs is nearby. Marksman's nearby. Ecstatic is here. No idea if Nick Merckx is still in this game or not. We'll have to get you guys an update on that.
It looked like he might have still been inside the big gray tower that he tends to. If it's anybody in there, it's going to be Nick. But once we can see that, we'll let you know. But this might be the busiest tilted we've seen in quite a while. And this is the first time I think we've seen Aiden decided to back out. Maybe too many people. His loadout, though, no shield, not a whole lot of materials, but a gold AR, a gold heavy shotgun.
Yep.
Train here. I wonder if he's going to try and hit a big deagle shot on this. The purple hand cannon. Top boy dropping down. Looks like he got an elimination on blue tee in the feed there.
He's got a revolver, as you know, from the most recent developer update. That'll soon be a fight. What is this? And what is this zone? What is this zone? Literally half of it is out of play. And that's a mountain right there, too, Lupo. That's one of the tallest mountains in the game, right above Flush Factory.
You see somebody hanging out way north, way outside the zone.
Nick is still alive.
Nick is still alive.
0 limbs yet, just playing very passively. Nibs is running out. Everyone's
caught him
fanning
up
on
there,
out of
too,
here. Nick's Towers.
Make the MFM proud, Nick. He's got to try and he just kind of needs to buy his time. He's got 55 seconds. He doesn't necessarily have to rotate just yet, and he knows. Look, Ecstatic doing literally what we saw him do last match for just a second there. We cut to him, and he wasn't even moving, just standing still, trying to listen, wait for these players to kind of engage each other. He doesn't want to get involved in any of this. Leaderboard being high on his list of things to go after, so I don't blame him in the slightest. Nick decided he heard some shots. Might be time going to drop some grenades in there, hoping for a single or a double. Ecstatic goes down. We still have 2 players in there. X's looks like he eliminated Ecstatic. Grenades don't catch any damage. Looking for maybe even just a damage number. Even if you're not on top of it, you'll see the number pop up when you get a hit with it.
He's going to have to make a decision soon. I was about to say he's either got to move or he's got to push this, and I think he's going to do the latter. Here he goes. Nick Merckx now moving on in. Here's a ton of shots going down, expecting players to be weak. He wants 3rd player as well down here, too. I think this is Envy Gorilla, I believe, at least.
It's a shotgun shot off on him. Looks like it was still shield damage. He's going to know that his opponent still has some sort of defense there.
He has the weaponry for this. Between the drum gun, the blue pump shotgun, the rare pump shotgun, but he's going to go ahead and fall back for now.
He just ran out of explode ammo, too, so he's got nothing left in that grenade launcher. Maybe 3 or 4 more explode ammo. He could have just kept dropping them in there, kind of expose.
And I can tell you, Nick isn't happy to be leaving Tilted at 0 limbs. This is the first game where him and Aiden, I think, both leave Tilted without a single elimination.
Jamonka phase out here, trying to rotate. Looks like southeast. He's going up the ramp. This ramp already built, so he didn't have to waste a whole lot of materials. It's a good option to, especially in competitive games like this. You don't want to burn through a ton of resources. You're gonna, in the future, if you plan on going for late game, you're gonna get caught up close next to somebody and have to most likely take advantage of turbo build. Try and keep a layered defense between you and your opponent. You need all the materials you can get. Look at Cease here. 650 wood, 770 brick, 140 metal. He's sitting on a ton of materials.
And he's actually in a little build engagement with Morgoth, who, if you remember, is our 1st place player up to this point. Quick update on the actual eliminations this game. Animal, who's one of the 2 players this week with a 10+ elim game for the victory, actually has 4 elims so far, and still a ton of players left.
A handful of players still alive, too. We have Top Boy, Gorilla, Morgas, Rio, Struggs, Tokata, and Tylers, who are all sitting at 2 eliminations apiece, which means one more for each one of them is a point for this game. And every single point counts. It could be the difference between the 21st through 100 placement prize of 5,000. You got to remember, everybody comes away with 5,000 if they made it to the grand finals, which is huge. But a single point can push you up in the top 20, and that could be massive. A lasering Takata establishes
Animal, who actually got that elim. That's now 5 for him. 2-point game for Animal.
Nibs Saf gets the FPS and the feed there.
Ooh, it's Nick Merckx out of the zone.
Literally immediately clapping here at PAX for Nick. Mars City's eliminated by the storm there in the feed, you see. It's kind of a stalemate here at the edge of the circle. Movement's going to have to happen before too long, and both of these players are established in their little box. They have 1:20. You have plenty of time to make a decision. Nick could drop his campfire, too. This is Tyler's and Triz back in the bottom floor, tilted, hanging outside the zone, trying to just peek for that quick shot. And he gets Triz through the top window of that door.
He was so far into the zone still. Over to Rio now, spraying that LMG, swapping the Scar, and whoa. Gets the 1 bullet to connect. That's all he needed. Knew he was weak.
That's 3 eliminations for Rio, which gives him a point for this game.
And Hysteria is still in this. And I can tell you, Hysteria, landing greasy, has been very happy to see the zone since we swapped off. Nicky attacked him. Look at Eman. Back-to-back elims, but then Aiden actually cuts him down. So Aiden and Nick each now with a limb on the board.
Aiden actually has 2 right now. He's 1 away from picking up another point for the day. That'd be Aiden's 4th point. Rex is hanging out in his own. There's a little box over there. The clingers. See the clingers flying over the top of Nick.
No help from his AR right there. Not getting any connects. Gosh, I can tell you right now, Nick wishes he had some explodes left from his time in Tilted to be able to use. And that's a brilliant wall. That wall's going to block out the sight line of the player in that build just next to him, so you can put some pop shots down on this player who's trying to run away from the zone. Nick will have to move forward, and that's when this is going to get absolutely awkward for him. expect the player up top to probably prioritize Nick here.
Got a couple of trees as natural cover, some structure that was built by somebody else, but I think he just saw it. Looks like there was like a window peak to a southwest 240 up there. Somebody might have edited a hole out and try and take shots at him as he's rotating, and he covered himself.
This zone is absurd.
It is. This is it. What would you say? Like 40% of it is over the water right now. This is Aiden's second elimination. Right on the coast right here. Cash as a player. It's Emad. We watched that just a second ago. We commented on Emad establishing a double there on
and so that was Emad who got a double, but then he eliminated Emad, meaning 3 players worth of loot was there. So now he's added a ton of materials, shields, and a legendary compact SMG to his inventory.
I don't think Aiden picks it up unless it's legendary at this point.
Apparently.
That kid is insane.
It's like everything that gets dropped in front of him upgrades out of the person's inventory.
Multiple players underneath and making quite a bit of noise.
Just eliminated his teammate Brandon.
Tempo going for a fast out of the side window there.
Aiden with another elimination. I believe that will put him at 3, right?
Somebody's sliding down to try and be on the outside edge. We'll see, depending on this next circle. There's going to be time to move relatively soon. We got 5 seconds before this finishes. Flush Factory still has a ton. The top of the hill, like you said, one of the tallest hills in the game. There's going to be a lot of players at the top down, and here we go. Flush Factory has to move out. North side has to move out. All these players are looking at right now. It's time to move.
Here are those clingers. Way earlier on. That was Crunch who got the pinch on the sap. But this next zone, half of it is on one of the tallest mountains in the game. The other is on one of the lowest valleys. So high ground going to be everything here. Here comes a nice little build engagement. Cease dropping down the remote explosive, but gets shot in the back. He tunnel visions on replays and pays the ultimate price.
C4 is still sitting up top, so you got to be careful that nobody else maybe notices that and shoots it if you're moving on the top of it. But Aiden here, very top corner, top of the map, edge of the map. He's looking for an edit down on his opponent.
He knows that this player has the double barrel. It's got a unique sound effect, which is so key to listen out for. Bolt Naga also has the Rift to Go in his inventory. Maybe in a panic position. He could use that to actually, he might use that here to get the high ground on the top part of the mountain.
We'll put him basically all the way up there.
They have to move in 30 seconds.
Bolt hiding underneath is the player we were just talking about. Aiden's going to keep watching for him and listening while engaging other players. This is basically taking 2 fights at once, and I think the idea is maybe you can pull an elim from at least one of them while somebody's rotating. Everybody's in front of him or underneath him at this point.
Yep.
So he knows he's not going to get caught off guard from the back. He's not going to get caught tunnel visioning from any of them. But the top of that hill, Courage, they have vision on literally everything.
This is Cease from earlier on. Saw Brandon building on up and whiffs the hunting rifle shot, but thankfully for him, Brandon gets quickly cut down, and then I think there was a second player here.
I believe that's Morgoss hiding underneath him. Earlier when he took the shot, also the same hunting rifle shot, just barely missing again. One of those is going to pay out, but he clips Morgoss on the rotation. Just over the build, too.
Here's Asteria, 0 elims so far. Nick Merckx just eliminated Tempo.
That puts Nick Merckx at 4 elims. That's at least 1 point. And one more elim that put him at 5. Asteria lasers down Aiden.
Keep an eye on his dad every time Nick gets in a fight. I got eyes on him. And he's listening to Neo, actually, someone who, you know, from Nick's streams. They game a lot together. Neo's telling him every little bit that's going on, making sure he knows exactly where he stands. He got blessed by this next zone, too.
Nick, though, only 49 woods. He's got 4 builds total. It's a Cease from earlier who was just putting on an excellent show. But Nate Hill, look at this, hiding in the shadows up here and takes shots at Cease. The tunnel vision, it kind of caught Cease off guard there. Nate Hill took advantage of it. I think Merckx, like I said, 4 elims, 3 builds left right now.
He can stay hidden here for so long, though.
I mean, he's inside the safe zone.
Yeah, like, he's like a ghost. People are just not even going to think of him being down here.
Hiding in the shadow, too. Players that even rotate past might not see him hiding. He's got... This is actually it's an excellent spot for him to be in. Bizzle on the rotation. See player. This might be the most spread we've seen the field for in quite a while.
I think a lot of it's the verticality of the mountain. Look at how awkward this is, trying to build on up. I love this camera shot right here. Great stuff production.
Sean was catching Carosa on the rotation up the stairs off guard. He's hiding in like a little side chamber there. Time for Bizzle from Ghost Gaming to move up as well. A lot of these players, they're going to decide when to rotate. And it looks like more players are going earlier than we've seen in the past. Oftentimes, we see a lot of players deciding to wait till the last second. But it's because, like you said, the verticality is deciding that right now you need to move. Because not only do you have to build forward, you got to build up.
Unfortunately, you can't use your pickaxe to break down the entire mountain. So players have to move early. Ghost Bizzle doing just that, moving towards the zone. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it into the zone and immediately just boxes on up. Yep, there you go. He's trying to make it close enough. Needs to get right around this corner, and now he's good. Time to box. Ooh, he does take a heavy amount of damage, though, before he's able to get the wall down.
Start building those chambers out. Shots are coming out, though. Somebody's trying to challenge this little set of boxes he's building. He's still getting shot from the side.
And the reason they're even spraying him even more is his build auto-switched from brick to metal, which is a sign that he's out of brick, which makes you think he's having to use metal now. He's probably very low on materials. Tifu's still in this game as well, alongside Geomach.
Replays and Sinful caught at the bottom. This is going to be a fight to stay ahead of the Storm and ahead of their opponent.
I feel like both of them are going to get eliminated right here.
So Nick Merckx sitting for them. Maybe looking for his fifth right now, listening. He doesn't have any builds left, so he's chasing. He's going to spray the wall down and catches Rex inside his own box. That's 2 points for Nick Merckx. Top 20 left. He makes it to top 10. That's another point soon. He does have, and he's got a med kit.
That was a smart play from Nick. He goes to pick up the opponent's grenade launcher. He had 0 ammo in his grenade launcher, but Nick was hoping that if he picked up the other grenade launcher there, that there might have been some ammo still left in the clip. Unfortunately for him, there was none, but a sign of a smart player. As, oh my goodness, Hysteria, if he gets sneezed on right now, I think he's eliminated from this one. I think if Nick flexes his traps, Hysteria's character would get eliminated here.
Bizzle moving up, trying to get in an advanced spot up this hill. He doesn't want to get caught off guard outside the zone. You see he's already rotating towards the east side of the circle. He saw the fact that, yeah, that's the side he's going to have to go to. The next circle, it's a full movement. Everybody's got to relocate. You got to get ahead of the zone if you want to move and stay alive.
So like every time he pushes out and makes another one of those like little 1x1s, he's burning through 60 material, and he's only got 200 something left. So that's all going away quick. Strug, someone we saw earlier on. We got an interview with him after he had a big performance earlier in the week. Here comes the zone move. Rio launch pads up to the high ground. Nick Merckx having to go bounce pad time as he's going to try to keep up with the zone. He's going all the way to the low ground with barely any builds left.
Nick's on 6 eliminations right now. By the way, one more would put him at 7. That's 3 points. He's got 2 points already from this game.
Rio in the fight. Sean trades out Battlelim. You see Strug's now down. Nate Hill still in this one as well. Nick Merckx with another elimination on Base Soldier. I think that puts Nick at 7 eliminations. 3-point game for Nick Merckx, as this is going to move him way up the scoreboard now. Another elimination from Nick. That's Tifu down. A statement game from Nick Merckx. And he's got medkits to use. Nick Merckx can win this game.
Heavy, super low HP. You've got a whole ton of players above him, and he's sitting pretty down at the bottom. He might have the ability to rotate along the edge of the storm. You see where the location on the mini-map, it's going to carry all the way along the base. He catches somebody on the way down. He's trying to go for materials. Elim number 9.
He needs these materials.
Every elimination from here on out is icing on the cake. He's going to push for. He's got a little bit. He has 7 builds left.
Player's just inside. He doesn't realize he's to his left. Nick can only build 7 walls. He's already earned himself 4 points this game.
He's got to save those for moving up the hill. Yep. He can't waste too much of them right here. Luckily, he's got a little bit of defense here. Somebody already built wood. He's got to move up, though. He can't stay down on the bottom because he's about to be outside the zone. Now's the time, Nick. You got to move.
Oh, no.
Get inside. Look, get inside. Here we go.
He's in.
Solid play. Excellent job staying inside, but he's got players all over.
No! Nick Merckx slides down the mountain. No builds left. It's over.
5 players left alive right now.
In 72 hours.
Nate Hill, Mac, Povsey. Top 5 situation.
Nate Hill already in a brilliant position. Spot 72 hours. That's a free elim, which gives him another point. Remember, if he makes it to the top 3, he earns another. Nate Hill, who is already in our top 5, might be making a move up the leaderboards, folks. 4 players left. He's got no builds, so he's got to use whatever he can for cover. Look at the height difference Mac has done. That's top 3. Another point earned for our remaining players. Povsey's got no builds left, so he's going to get dropped on down.
He's got a player right underneath him. Bolt all the way up top. Looking down Nate Hill. This 1v1 situation. Nate Hill still left alive, and Bolt's got the top down on everybody. He might even have an opportunity. He's layering up. He's going for a heal off.
He can't drop, though. He might be able to fall down to that next level, but if Nate's able to heal on up a little bit, I'm not sure exactly what Nate has. He can maybe shoot him down.
Right now is the perfect time for him to just hang out up top. He's at 95, which means he can start the med kit before the zone closes all the way. He doesn't have to push for the elimination on Nate.
There's 5 seconds left. Nate's going to have to try to spray down whatever he can.
Only one
Naga can
build
build
left
out
for
one
Bolt.
more structure. He's got 0 elims this game. He's been playing for the Victory Royale. He's got a medkit he can heal with.
You see position. He's about to position himself on the line. The seam between the two.
Nate's got to keep spraying. Nate has to keep spraying. He cannot let this go to a heal off. He knows it as well. He's got to keep spraying. Nate, the game potentially slipping out of his hands. He needs to keep spraying the structure above. Nope, he's not going to be able to out-heal him. This one's done. He's not going to be able to out-heal. He does not have a med kit. This should be a heal-off in favor of Bolt Naga. It's going to come down to the wire. Nate spraying, doing whatever he can, but it's not enough.
0 eliminations, by the way. But the Victory Royale,
The 0 limbs.
$25,000 richer
God,
because
that's
he
some
played.
good YouTube clickbait.
He
I
played
would
smarter
know.
than anybody else. Waited until the very last second, got the heal off. See Nate a little disappointed in the fact that he got caught off guard. No builds left underneath. He had to just try and spray down, and even the little amount of metal that he had left was enough for Bolt to secure just the platform he was standing on and get himself a Victory
That's the
Royale.
name of the game right there,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
It's a BR. Victory Royale is something everyone wants to achieve. That's 3 points, 0 limbs. It does not matter. He outlasted everyone in the lobby. Congratulations to him. You know, Nate's, I think, his window of opportunity, and it was awkward because the metal was just starting to build as he was trying to heal from that last fight. But once that metal finishes, from that range too with the damage fall, I mean, it takes so much to break through that structure.
Now, that, I believe, is Nate's second place on the day so far in these grand finals. But we should still feel good about it. I believe it's 7 points total for him, which, if my calculations are correct, is second place, which is insanity. And he still has 2 games left. We got Game 6 and the surprise Game 7 coming at you right after that.
I think we got some replays to look at as we get ready for the next lobby to start on up. Nick Merckx, big game from him. Got the 7 elims he needed. I believe he finished with 8.
He did indeed, and that's 3 points. Didn't make it. I believe it was actually he did get top 10, so 4 points total from this game.
Yep.
See, the perfect time catches Lene pushing up the ramp. So many different angles that players can be hiding in. Tracks one all the way down to the bottom, literally sitting on Poach as he tries to box Nick Merckx out, and it was not fast enough.
And this was the big moment for Nick to get him to a 2-point game. You push forward, drum gun in hand, you spray down the wall. And look at from Nick's perspective how low he was down on the ground. It's a good job. Base holder wasn't focused on him. Nick gets a free elim there in the final moments. No builds left. He knew it was done. He knew it was over. But he's got to be proud of that performance either way. Make it into the top 10 with 8 elims. That's the game Nick needed. One pop-off performance could be the difference in a $1.5 million tournament between